today we're making ginger chicken stir fry. We're using boneless chicken thighs, which I'll be chopping up shortly and put them out of the way right now. I don't want to contaminate the area. I'll start with the vegetables just to make it a little easier. And we're just going to slice this up and we will get the rest of it off pretty shortly. A little bit of it right there, and just scrape off, and a little bit right there. And I need to get this side not good. And there, we're pretty good. All right, we're pretty clean there. So we'll just continue on chopping up the rest of the vegetables. I will start with the pepper here. You won't need all this pepper. About maybe about 3/4 of it. And we're just gonna kind of roughly chop it up. Little cubes. Kind of the plan with that. And the onions, keep them kind of uniform size. Go. Set the pepper aside. We'll dice up the celery. Actually, I'm going to split the celery in half, and now go with it. Very finely diced. Okay, that should do us pretty good with the celery. Throwing that one in my sink. We have some garlic here that I'm just going to smash. And once I smash it, I'm going to pull the skin off of it. All of them. I'm going to smash it a little better. There we go. They're kind of small garlics, or they're being a little difficult to get the skins off of them. We're getting it there. Okay. And that one came out and popped right off. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, get the skins out of the way. Do a little fine chopping of it. Crushing of it, and I think that's good enough. It doesn't have to be just pretty finely diced. You get all this stuff aside, and I think I'll go with the onion now. We won't need all the onion either, probably about half. We're going to have spring onions in this too. So what I'm going to do, half that. I should be able to get the skin off it. There we go. And let me just cut this little end off. There we go. And now we'll just go roughly. That's good for our onion. And then we will do our spring onions. And the way we're going to do these is I'm going to get the ends kind of evened up here. Let's get this kind of off to the side. And then I'm going to use about this much for the final topping, which I will do a fine chop of it. I want to get that that set aside. It's going to be for our final. And this is going to be for our dish. And it'll be a much rougher chop, as you see. I've got a little rubber band here I got to get rid of. Got another rubber band right here. All right. And that's good for it there for the spring onions we'll use into the main. And this is the final chop portion here. And we have a red chili here, which got to be very careful with. It's going to be very spicy. We'll do about much of that. And I need to just do a little cleanup. Ooh, that pepper got me. Well, as you can see, I've now cut up the snow peas. Really no cutting there, just took the ends off of them. That's all I had to do, just chop off the end, the little tough stringy end on each end of them, and cut up a few button mushrooms. So that's all the vegetables more or less cut up. So now we're going to go to doing the, oh, we got a couple of ends here I missed. So get it done. There we go. Yeah, I think I left a few that I wanted to show. So anyway, there we go. And we've got all our vegetables. And as you can see, we've got our plate over here. So these will be all of our vegetables that will be going in our stir fry. Cleaning. Here on my board. This is all stuff that's getting thrown away. So it'll be fine. Okay. And we will bring some chicken thighs. There's only 3 of us eating tonight, so I won't really be needing to make as much. Usually there's 4 of us eating, but tonight it'll be 3. And I'm just, there's a little bit of juice in the package, so I'm going to my sink just to kind of get the juice out of the packet. These were not frozen, they're fresh. Well, about a day ago. So what we're going to do is just flatten them out, and we're just going to kind of cut them into strips, and then we're going to come across and cut them. I'll probably be discarding some of that fat right there. I'll get that little fat off to the side, and there's a little bit more fat. Doesn't matter if we get a little fat in there, but okay. So what I'll do is I'll put this in the bowl. We'll be sterilizing this board. That's why I did the board last and vegetables first, so I could sterilize the board good with a Clorox solution, and so we won't have any worry about cross contamination next time we cook. Okay, so once again, we will go with the strips. I think these 3 breasts will be more than enough with all the vegetables we have. Hey, it's a cleaver. I can use it like that. Okay. And then got a little bit of fat here on this one. And I have a little bit of red in too. Get that off. Okay, there we go. It's a smaller breast or smaller thigh. And we usually eat chicken breast. I like the thigh a lot. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with a little bit of the 5-spice powder. This is just a teaspoon worth. Actually, like 3/4 of a teaspoon. And a little bit of sesame oil, which I'm going to pour in there, just about a half a teaspoon there. I'm going to put about a couple teaspoons of vinegar. I need to grab a towel because my hands are a little slimy from the thighs. Just to break the seal on this. And this is rice cooking wine. A couple of teaspoons of that. And what I'm going to do is just mix it in there real good and let this marinate. I'll wash my hands while I go wash the board. I just get that all mixed in there. There also was a little bit of a white pepper down in with the 5-spice. About a half a teaspoon. Okay, there we're good to go. Okay, I'm now heating my wok up on my induction cooktop. It's smoking pretty good. Putting some grapeseed oil in here. Just it's a good high heat oil. Gonna start with the chicken. By the way, right after I stopped with you last, I did have to add about a good heaping tablespoon of cornstarch to the chicken as well. And you'll hear that sizzle. And what we want to do is just spread out real nice on the bottom of it and let it brown real good. We want to stick it in there, okay? So what we're going to do is cook the chicken about 75–80% of the way there. Take it out, let it rest, then start cooking the vegetables. First, the main vegetables, and then later we will add the snow peas and the mushrooms, and then we'll be adding chicken back to everything and cooking everything back, and then kind of putting the sauce together in the wok. So this will go pretty fast and furious, just a few minutes. Since we have a very hot wok. I prefer on nice days to do this on my Kamado Joe outside, not to smoke up the kitchen. And I can really get the wok hot out there. I can get pretty hot on this induction cooktop as well. I don't want to be stirring it too much right now while it's browning. Just continue to see it sizzling along. Move the camera a little bit here. Let me get a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, it's starting to brown nicely now. I'm going to add some of the ginger to it. Nice coarsely chopped. It's probably about 70% cooked, if not 80. Okay. Next we're going to turn the wok down a couple degrees, a couple notches here. I take out all the chicken. All right, let's do the garlic in there. Hit it with a little bit more grapeseed oil. And now we're going to put in all the vegetables from this plate. With all of our rough chopped onions, spring onions, peppers, celery, and our red chili is in there too. And all of our ginger and our garlic's down in there too. So now we will get this cooked up. Then we'll add the mushrooms and the snow peas. See, we got some nice color in there now. Stay in there. Okay. So, peppers are, yeah, they're still pretty crisp. Need a little more, a little longer. I'm gonna go ahead and add these other vegetables. Let them start getting some time to cook. Now we got lots of colors. Green, yellow, a little red. Lots of vegetables. I'm just checking on my rice. I had it cooked over here. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Some jasmine rice to go with it. Yeah, I'm going to add the chicken back to it with the oil that was with that chicken. Let everything start cooking. Sauce. We're going to start with some oyster sauce. We're going to pour in about 3 tablespoons, roughly, of that. We're going to put in about equal amount of light soy sauce. And we're going to put in a little sweet chili sauce, about the same amount again. Then we're going to hit it with a little bit of that rice wine, just a little bit, maybe about a tablespoon of that. Then we're going to start stirring all this stuff in. Just lightly sauce. Well, here's the plated up plate. I've tasted it. It's delicious. Just a second ago when I was getting it out of the wok, I took a little sample bite and it's very good. And we'll be eating it shortly.